Welcome to Digital Marketing 5, where we talk about all the things you probably should have seen on the internet this week. This is a very special episode where we're going to make predictions for 2024. And yeah, I'm a dad now. We've got 5 big predictions plus a super hot take. So if you want to know what I think is going to happen in the next year, and my hit rate on this stuff has been about 80% going over the last 4 years. If you look back at the old videos, stick around, check it out. The last one we're going to talk about is El Fuego Spicy. I'm going to name names. I'm going to drop things. This is going to be amazing. All right, roll that beautiful bean footage one more time. Welcome. This is the last episode of the year, and boy, what a year it has been. So let's dive right into it. Today we're going to talk about 5 predictions for the year 2024 and then 1 El Fuego Spicy. So stick around and let me know in the comments section what you think is going to happen, and I'll reply to literally every single one and see whether or not I agree with you, if I think it's a spicy take, or if I think you might be a crazy person. But let's move on past that. Let's have some fun, okay? This is about joy. We're heading into Q5. We've been printing money for 2 months. Q1's gonna be amazing. That's not even the hot take. It's amazing every year. Yes, the CPMs will drop. But that brings us to bold prediction number 1 for 2024. CPMs will continue to drop. We have seen over the last 2 years, the average CPM over the course of the year drop, and 2024 will be even cheaper than 2023, which was cheaper than 2022, caveat, carrot, if you're not a cost cap and ASC marketer. For those that focus on growth rather than ROAS, you're going to see even cheaper advertising, because we really have 2 things at play. First, user experiences are going to be even more valuable than ever. With more competition for people's time and energy, the people that create user experiences that the platforms like to give their users are the ones that are going to reach more users for a cheaper price. That part makes sense. Disrespecting your business partner's business models, the standard operating procedure, will only become even more harmful. Over the last 3 years, we have seen it get even more and more hyperbolic, that those people that use interest groups and lookalikes and cost caps and ASC and all of this other stuff, they've seen higher and higher CPMs with lower and lower incremental lift to their overall business. There is absolutely no reason this doesn't happen into the next year. All right, let's get to bold take number 2. Bold take number 2 of 2024, the rise of the middle class marketer. More and more brands will be firing their agencies and taking Facebook ad operations in-house. As the workload continues to drop, this gets easier and easier. Currently, it only takes a couple hours a week to manage the Facebook ads for a 7-figure business. If you're working harder than that, you're probably doing more harm than good. And there's a lot of folks that say,
I'm doing a great job because I'm working several hours a day on their business.
And here's the thing, you could be doing better if you didn't, and oftentimes people are succeeding in spite of your work. It is a very common thing to see agencies and marketers take credit for the great success of a brand that didn't need them. We've called out plenty of brands here that have seen great success, and the marketers that take credit for their success, even though sometimes those marketers haven't shown up on calls for years. And sometimes those brands have internal teams doing all the work that the marketers are taking credit for. Yeah. Remember when I had to put that retraction in 4 months ago because, well, that cookware company, I just kind of laid out what people said in public all the time, and somebody said that me quoting them openly was somehow slander? Yeah, that's going to be happening more and more. The other side of this is the decline of the scammer agency will hasten. Agencies will go more and more boutique, not because they're giving a better quality service to a higher quality client. It's because when your business model only works if the business doesn't need you, and the leverage point that you have is checking a box for a brand that doesn't treat Facebook as the tip of the spear for them, then it becomes really easy for you to charge a very high retainer and a commission worth easily 5 figures a month, because all you are doing is making sure that somebody that doesn't need you but benefits from the work getting done has somebody to do it with clout on their resume. And to be fair, this only works for bigger brands, and it's a lot easier for agencies to maintain the level of work across a smaller level of brands because, again, the marketers that are good can go and do this work for somebody else. If you're a media buyer at an ad agency, not currently making 6 figures, but you're working on more than 4 or 5 accounts, you could quit literally today. And all you need to do is find 2 or 3 people willing to pay you $2,000 or $3,000 a piece. And by the end of the year, if you get a couple new clients and start charging them a little bit more money, you're going to be earning double what you make currently on your own, working half the amount of time. That is continuing to grow. That is a systemic issue for agencies whose business model is predicated on super high retainers with big commissions and overworking and poorly training people that they underpay. We've called out those agencies by name here before as well. A lot of them love cost caps. I'll leave it at that. Bold take number 3. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is a season. We've seen this happen for 2 years now. And for the folks that didn't go for the false cash grab of spiking budgets on cost caps and Vantage Plus during Black Friday, but instead treated it like an evergreen effort, they're making more money in December than they did in November for evergreen efforts that were basically seasonal that started in October. This is yet another nail in the coffin for the ASC cost cap broge of the agency scammer sphere. Bold prediction number 4. Facebook will deprecate thousands of interest groups and behavior audiences, and those third-party audiences as a product, services will continue to fail at scale. This trend has been going on for years, and as brands get more sophisticated, the lie of MER and ROAS, and pushing every positive contribution margin offer with advantage shopping campaigns for ads that die quickly to audiences that die even faster, well, that's just gonna continue to fail even faster at larger scale to more and more people. It's been 6 years now. We're in a no CPM environment. If you're still using audiences, that's part of the reason that you're struggling, and it is not the reason that you're successful. Bold take number 5. This is the last one, and then stick around for a super hot take. All right, number 5. IG shopping will become a huge trend by Q3. Brands can already exist solely as Instagram shops, needing to never set up a Shopify page and take payments directly in the platform. Instagram and their parent company, Facebook, or I'm not even gonna say it, you can't make me, I've already taken what Amazon built and replicated it on the platform. We have Facebook shopping. We have the ability to take payments directly on the platform and never actually need a web page. And to be fair, there are plenty of shops and brands that are building their businesses doing this. I see it every single day. We're seeing more and more brands do this on TikTok as well. And with the rise of TikTok shopping that everybody's seen, Instagram's efforts to replicate it will only get more and more mass scale. Remember, as big as you think TikTok shopping might be, if you are aware of it and super involved in all that stuff, that is just a small little micro niche of the overall market. I expect this to take center stage by the end of the summer, leading into Q3 and Black Friday, Cyber Monday season. All right. Now, we got a super hot take, but first I just want to say thank you very much. This has been an amazing year. I'm going to flash up the QR code here. If you want to join the Facebook Ads MBA program, scan that, check it out. See if you want to know everything that I do in my business. Like if you were to hire me for your company, how do I make myself unnecessary in like 2 or 3 months? That is it. And you can join it with payment plans. You can do all sorts of things. I've had hundreds of people go through it. Not a single person has ever asked for their money back. All right, that being said, let's get to the hot take. All right, El Fuego, let me get some fire. Can we go? Boom. Okay. Whew. All right, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, the hot take. 2024 will be the biggest year for direct-to-consumer marketing since the first year of COVID. And that's gonna kick off a 4-year run that's gonna turn currently unknown brands or ones that haven't even been founded yet into mass market winners. The economy is recovering. Meritocracy based on business acumen is the single biggest unfair advantage. And Facebook is already mature. TikTok is already mature. The hacks just don't work, and the hacks that use them keep failing. Folks who embrace simple business principles are going to have an unfair advantage they haven't had since the early 2000s. And what this will bring them more than anything is cash flow and stability in their business. Remember, hockey stick growth and highly volatile results are the enemy of building an empire, unless you're the person taking a commission off of the success or failure of others. Yeah, I'm talking to you, agency scammer sphere. You know who you are. You're the ones taking offense to me saying that right now. So here are the 3 red flags to look out for this, again, flaming hot take. Let's throw the fire back up and maybe a red flag over here. Okay. Whew! Number 1, somebody suggests using cost caps and advantage shopping to promote multiple offers at the positive contribution margin. Contribution margin isn't cash flow. It's a transaction. When you are spending money to acquire customers, a customer is different than a transaction. A customer isn't somebody that buys from you. A customer is somebody that buys from you more than once. And the ability to predict that future behavior and even begin to budget and plan accordingly to their future behavior is what sets you apart from being a salesperson to being a business. You can either live and die as a hunter, or you can feed 100 times as many people for far less work as a farmer. The advantage of contribution margin as a marketer is that you can sell it to somebody to promote their ego while taking a percentage of their revenue, regardless of whether or not they're cash positive at the end of the day. Red flag number 2, somebody uses audiences. This has been something I've been saying for 5 years, and it's quite literally no data to support an opposing argument. But yet somehow we're still in a place where people are still talking about interest groups and lookalikes and Shopify audiences and Proxima and whatever else there is out there that just doesn't actually mean anything other than somebody profiting off of your ignorance and ultimately taking advantage of your ego while lying to you and taking a percentage of your revenue, again, whether or not you're cash positive. It has been 6 years since Facebook went to an optimized CPM environment. That's 6 years since audiences were ultimately made obsolete. It's 6 years of these folks who try to sell you hacks and push things like ROAS and MER. 6 years they've had the chance to evolve. And it's 6 years that instead of evolving, challenging themselves to get better, they've chosen instead to profit by lying to your ego. Again, regardless of the impact of your business. And if your business fails, they blame you. And if your business is successful, they take credit for it, even though they might be the reason it fails and they might not have anything to do with the success. And more importantly, if it fails, they're not going to share your horror story. They're not going to share your failure or the dozens and dozens and dozens of others. They're going to share the story of the one brand that succeeded even though they had nothing to do with it. The brand that would have been successful without them. And the third thing, the third red flag, and we'll close it out on this, is the use of the word hack. This is the easiest red flag possible. The days of true arbitrage are far, far behind us. Piecing together lies of smoke and mirrors and duct tape and cost caps, advantage shopping and branded search. Well, they just never build success. It's an unsustainable path forward. You can look good now, but when it fails, not if, it won't be the fault of the marketer that lied to you because they're doing what you asked them to. It's going to be your fault for not focusing on the business. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But I'm letting you know that now so that you don't fall victim to that abuse. There's a reason why this salesman of snake oil was a traveling one. And there's a reason why you don't hear about 99% of agency clients. And that's a weird way to end it, but that's how we do it here. Once again, there's the QR code for the Facebook Ads MBA program. If you want to never have to worry about any of this nonsense ever again, get your Facebook ads management down to a couple hours a week and massively scale your business with cash flow and stable results. Yeah, that's the path. And once again, I just want to say thank you. This channel's really blown up. We went from a couple thousand to nearly 16,000 recording. And by the end of the year, we'll probably pass that. And honestly, by the end of next year, I don't see why we won't have at least double that number. My life has changed because of all of this. And I get messages from you all every single day, literally hundreds of people a month whose lives have been improved by what we're talking about here. Simplicity, cash flow, using the system in the way it was designed, leveraging 322 ads, moving away from scammer agencies and cost caps and Advantage Plus, and moving into things that are evergreen and stable and easy to manage, because ultimately the success of your marketing efforts is in how you can provide for your family and the jobs and opportunities you can make for your community, not the ROAS number and the overall percentage of revenue somebody can take from you for smashing a whole bunch of buttons and ultimately causing you harm and taking food off the table for your family, which is basically what most of them trade in, and why I get up every day to help you be successful, because you deserve more success and less stress. And with that being said, thank you so much. I really enjoy these episodes, especially these end of the year bold predictions for the year before. I have an astonishing hit rate the last 2 years. It's about 75-80%, which I love. And I've been dead wrong about a couple things, but it has been massive. And I really, really appreciate it. Man, I was dead wrong about Canvas ads. If you want to see my biggest mistake, I spent $17 million on Canvas ads and was dead wrong. And if you don't know what Canvas ads are, that probably means that you've been a happy person on Facebook ads for the majority of your career. Go ahead and Google Canvas ads. Let's leave it there, because like that has been insane. And with that being said, I'm just going to leave this up. I just want to thank you all so much, and I'm gonna leave this running for just a second. Drop down below your comments, your questions, the positivity that you've seen this year, and a bold prediction. I would love to know, what success have you gotten from this channel? What's your bold prediction for the next year? And I'm gonna leave this up for a second, and when I come back, I'll read all of them, and I'm gonna reply back to every single one of you all, because, well, I got a newborn in the house, and if nothing makes me feel better than seeing all of your success. All right, stick around. Drop them right there. I'm gonna check them out. I promise. I'm gonna check them out. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. What a year. Okay. All right, everybody. You take care of yourselves out there. Until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.